For many years, I tried to keep Talent Hackers secret from all of my friends that ran tech businesses in the local area because I didn't want them to have access to this secret source that I had for hiring. But the secret's got out, and quite a few of them are using Talent Hackers now as well. So my name's Chris Clarke. I founded an edtech startup about 10 years ago in Birmingham, which we successfully exited a couple of years ago. I'm now doing freelance CTO work under the brand Scale Up CTO. So traditionally, you might have a board of recruiters. You might have 3 or 4 different recruiters working for you on a particular role. They're all trying to advertise and kind of represent your business, but in a kind of cloak and dagger way, under the veil of not saying who the client is, and keep kind of getting little details until candidates get a bit further down the process. And that didn't really work for our kind of employer brand thing. We wanted people to apply to us because they knew it was our business, and we had that profile. So first encounter the Talent Hackers maybe around 2015 when we started kind of working together, and it's quite a refreshing model really, because the first part of the relationship was really spending some time with the business, understanding the culture, understanding what we were about, giving us some advice really on how to run a recruitment process, how to run a hiring process, even down to how to interview.
It was about becoming the person in their business that ran recruitment for them, that understood their brand, their culture, could assess people correctly about it, and could do not just the inbound recruitment, but also the outreach recruitment.
Kind of together we developed a new process for how we were going to go forward and hire, from how we were going to source the candidates. We kind of redesigned the interview process, and how we sold to candidates as well was a really important component of that and our kind of employer brand.
And over kind of 5 years, we've probably hired 50% of their business.
We recruited some product people, we recruited account managers,
some UX design, we did some sales hiring.
Even up to a CRO role, actually, I seem to remember. And they took a lot of the work out of that. So, for example, we didn't have to sift through tens and tens of CVs for each role, because Talent Hackers knew what we were looking for and they knew how to pre-qualify candidates properly. We're kind of presented with the 5 best candidates who already know about us as a company, already know what to expect in the process, and all of that administration and kind of pre-work and sifting is done. I think the other side of it is that over time, and by having a longer term relationship rather than role by role, Talent Hackers were able to kind of represent a lot of that employment brand for us. So when they were at conferences or they were out at meetups, they were kind of able to represent us in terms of like knowing what we wanted, knowing what roles were coming up, knowing the kind of people. So they were kind of our ear to the ground, if you like, even when we weren't there.
And that's very much what my kind of ethos of the business is. We are part of their business. The team that we put in are all experts at doing what they do, but we do it when they need us to do it at the right time.
We went from not trusting agents at all to actually building up a trust relationship over a long period. So through the ups and downs of that relationship, we could have kind of a frank conversation about when things weren't going well or when things were, and that works both ways. They could say to us when we were being unrealistic about what we were looking for, they could actually advise us on that in a way that, say, look, come on, I don't think you're going to find that. Kind of like a trusted best friend, you can, ring them up and they'll tell you how it is rather than kind of what you want to hear. Both
sides were able to have that discussion, and it meant that we just came out with this brilliant employer brand now in the market.
Software businesses are really, the assets of people. And I think our ability to kind of build that employment brand, hire and retain really good people was a strong component of being able to successfully exit that business.
As Chris has now moved to doing consulting work, I've been able to kind of help him find opportunities within my other clients, because the value that he can have with the experience he's had is directly relevant to some of the challenges they're now facing.
Any startup or business looking to scale, you need to take that hiring, you need to take that employee brand seriously, and I think it can be a primary differentiator from your competitors as well, and you need to resource that in the same way you might approach legal advice, approach accountancy or any other professional service. Talent Hackers is a kind of trusted supplier partner that I recommend to my clients if they have issues with recruitment or employer brand, which inevitably most of them do.